Welcome back to Banished! Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, my name is Baer. We're back to it, man. I am ready to get expansion going. I think I'm ready for like 100 adult status, man. We are looking at a really good layout here. We've managed the cholera outbreak. Nothing's been set on fire yet, thank God, cross your fingers. But, you know, we've got wells prepared everywhere, assuming everybody's ready to handle that when the time comes. I think we're, pretty well prepared for any kind of disaster. So, without further ado then, let's try to capitalize on what we've got going on here and make things happen. We've got another pasture being built down here as well. They finally cleared out this area and be using a bunch of logs to get that finished. We got the new Forester's Lodge as well as the wood shop and cabin going up here near the marketplace, and this is going to be basically a residential area with the very extreme exemption of the forester and the woodcutter over here. So, what is next? I'm looking into expanding in this direction. That's kind of tempting. But at the same time, we've got a good thing going over here where I could build down to the south end and probably meet up with the pasture land at some point over this way. So that might be the most effective means of expanding here. Another thing that I could do, this is something I haven't really even been giving that much thought, but it's definitely an option. We could build a chapel, which would increase our citizens' happiness, but also would require us to assign a cleric out of the available laborers here. So, while I have 5-star happiness right now, it could be a good thing to do just to basically ensure that it stays at that level for a good long period of time. The matter of concern, though, is where I actually build this thing. And I'm looking down here near this cemetery, all these beautiful trees and whatnot, and I'm thinking that might be a good location. If I were to do it somewhere like, let's see, where is that chapel? There we go. I think it's this one right here. If I were to do it like this, if I were to have the majority of the forest still available, if only that cemetery was one tile shorter, you could build it right by the quarry, which would be an interesting location. But then again, it may not be the most beneficial to the citizens to have to go down by the industrial area, so to speak, to have to get to church. So the other location I was looking at was somewhere over here, nearby all these new houses, and I think this is going to be impeded by this little mountain hill there. So yeah, that's not going to work out for me. So I'd have to, unfortunately, go all the way pretty much down here, which is definitely a possibility, but something I'd like to avoid. Of course, we could also just build up here in this new area where we've already assigned the Forester's Lodge and the wood chopping cabin. In fact, now that I see that this is just about out of the range of it, I could very well just build it along the river here, and that might be quite fortuitous for us. That's actually looking like a pretty good idea. Let's see if I can just lay this plot down somewhere in this area. That looks pretty good to me. I think I like that. We'll go ahead and lay that plot down. We're going to pause it for now because I don't really think I need to worry about building that for the moment. Another merchant has arrived at the trading post. Fantastic. What do you got? Oh my god! Alright, let's see what this guy's got for us. No chickens, of course. Walnut would be a very good thing. But we can trade our venison for just about every seed he's got. So, I need to go over to the trading section over here, actually, in the town hall. Someone left a comment, actually, very nicely, reminding me that this is a thing that I could check out. If I look into my, let's see, if I can remember where it is, honestly, that would be the most helpful thing. Trade items, that's what we got. Okay, so, I've got these things. He's offering, actually, let's see if I can just pin this tab here just for a second. We're going to pin that, and then I'm going to look at this. So, I've got peach, I've got bean, I've got chestnut, I've got corn, and I've got potato. Damn, that stinks. Alright, so these seeds are not really worthwhile to me. He's got pepper seeds as well. Do I have pepper? I do have pepper. Okay, so that stinks. Oh, this was a lot more exciting before I checked this. That's a damn shame. Oh, this is such a great merchant if I didn't have any of these seeds, but that's alright. So what we're going to do here is probably just trade for a bunch of walnuts. That's a good thing. If only he had walnut seeds, man, that'd be fantastic. I can just get some chicken as well, I guess. There's no point in just hoarding all this venison still when I can give it away for something else. So let's go ahead and trade up for 600 venison for all those goods. We're going to leave his seeds behind. Just going to double check one more time to make sure I'm not leaving anything that I could generate from here. Yeah, this is no good to me. Alright, it's too bad. It's too bad, man. Would have been a good thing. Alright, take that away. Shoot, man. Really hoping for a good merchant to come by. Something like that, but of course just with things we don't already own. It'd be a very nice development. Nonetheless, though, let's keep looking into what we can do. So my food generation had been a matter of concern. I think we're just about back up to where we want to be. I may require a few more people inserted into these new rules of fisherman and hunter and whatnot. Let's see if I can just fill this up a little bit more. I think we've got just about as much fishing going on as we possibly can allocate for. Oh, man. What do we do here? What do we do to ensure that this continued pace of growth is consistent? We've got this new pasture going down, of course. As soon as they finish that up, we'll have a couple of these builders become pasture herders. Looks like a very good thing. We're going to work this as a source of cattle, and we are going to bump up that number right there. We got a couple more laborers going down as well. You know what I could do is just have these laborers come over here and gather these resources. That seems like it might be a good idea. Let's start off with the iron gathering and just make sure that we got everything we possibly can. This source over here looks good to me. It'll take him a while, but I think we'll be just fine. And we're going to split this. Actually, no, we're not going to split that one. What we're going to do is split this one, and that should work out. We're going to get a few cattle working in this source, and then we should be able to fill these both up quite nicely. Love watching them move, man. Take the most obscure routes, but they do manage to go through the actual gate somehow. Alright, looks good. There you go, folks. They need you out here. These animals are lost without the guidance of the human folk. Beautiful. Oh, man. Can you imagine a human-cow hybrid? Good lord. I don't know why I immediately jumped to the conclusion that these herders were in kind of romantic relationships with their cattle, but to each their own, right? Or to each whatever I decide is happening with them. I am their god, after all. I will tell you who to love and what animal you may have to make intimate relations with. Let's just get off that tangent completely, shall we? I don't want to think about making love to a cow anymore. Let's see what we can do as far as this chapel construction is concerned. I think we've got every resource we need. But now that I look at it, we're out of logs. Okay, well, I was completely wrong about that. Let's see if I can fill up these foresters' lodges real quick. I need a lot more foresters, actually. Holy cow, we've got so many slots for those, and not enough people are filling them. That is probably why our source of logs is not as high as I'd like it to be. As I've mentioned quite a few times, getting up there in the, like, 1,000 range for each of these two would be a very good thing. We also have 3 woodcutters going for the moment, and that may not be necessary. In fact, if we're getting over here, maybe I only need to be working 2 of them right now. Having 3 is a good thing. I don't regret building the 3rd one, but I don't think I really need to be working all of them at the current time. Let's just go ahead and take one of these guys out. We'll actually put him in the forester's role for now, so we can actually have the supply meeting the demand sooner than later. And that should be a good thing. Of course, we can always go for quite a few more laborers. We can fill these other roles quite nicely. In fact, I might make this person the 12th herdsman just so we can capitalize completely on this new pasture over here. Let's see. We've got plenty of room in the mining and stone cutting as well. I'm looking at this and I'm starting to realize it may be high time to look into where I can build the second mining quarry, which very well could be over here in this empty space. That might be the best way to utilize this area. Of course, we could probably just build another one down here as well. It could be right next to the cemetery, which apparently people don't really have a problem with. They don't mind having to smell the scent of sulfur as they go mourn the loss of old Grandpa Geezer. That's not too terrible, I guess. I could definitely consider that a possibility. But for now, let's just fill up the rest of these little rolls here. Just get a couple more foresters, actually. Just do one more that way. And, yeah, I'll do a stone cutter? Oh, can't do... Oh, yeah, Andrew the Hunter has died of old age. Alright, well, there you go. Rolled off. That's your new life. Enjoy it for the remainder of your days. And we're not gathering anything out here anymore, of course, because we assigned those laborers, so I suppose we're just going to leave these be until we absolutely need them, which probably isn't going to happen very soon. I think I've actually found a good plateau of iron and stone generation for the time being, as I'm not really building too much, and I get to, you know, kind of store away a little bit of excess there, of course, as well. Alright, let's have another look at the food here. I think I may have to put a few more people in these roles. Yeah, it's not looking like it's as high as I wanted it to be. So, may need to build another farm or pasture, maybe even another fisherman dock. Let's just fill up that last spot right there with a new laborer, Arasi. And, I think, ooh, it's not as good as I thought. We are not in as good of shape as I once anticipated we were. I wonder if I need to just not have as many people working in this particular Forester's Lodge. We'll bring that down to 3. Looks like they just automatically allocated themselves to another lodge as well, so that's good. Yeah, they don't really... In fact, let's just bring this down to 1 Forester, because they're not actually doing anything apart from planting. So we're going to bring that down to 1, then we'll have the other folks making better use of the territory in this new area to hopefully start cutting down quite a bit more. So we're still very, very low on logs. In fact, if I get another couple laborers, I may just have to tell them to start chopping down trees all on their own. In fact, let's go ahead and allow them to continue construction of the chapel, simply due to the fact that that'll actually clear us out a few logs to use for it as well. That may be a good idea. You know, I'm okay with building the chapel now, actually. I think that might help us out quite a bit. So let's take out someone if we can. Oh, we got another merchant. My goodness. I am totally down with all these merchants happening, actually. Alright, so let's have another look at the trading goods over here. We got the trade items. We're going to pin that down, and we're going to look at this and see what he's got to offer. We have potato and peach, so that's no good. Beans we've had for a long time. Squash we've got as well, so that's no good. So got quite a few herbs that you can trade away to us. I'm okay with that. Herbs, beans, and onions. We've still got tons of venison. We could definitely afford to make this trade, so let's go ahead and allow time to go again, actually. Here we go. I'm going to take all that corn. I'm going to take all those herbs. And I think I should be able to easily afford to do this. You know what may be happening, and I'm just now realizing this, is the fact that we're trading away so much venison, we automatically have to fill up that that amount that we've... It's just an insanely high amount inside of the trading post. That's probably what's causing me to think we have such a deficit going on. So maybe I just need to look into doing a fix for that. I think I need like 1,600... There we go, yep. Finally got the math right for the first try. There we go. Make that trade, call that good, and I'm going to dismiss you, and I'm actually going to bring this down to probably about 2,500 venison. I think that'll help us out food-wise. Now let's just bring it down to 2,900, see what we got already. There we go. Alright. Not the greatest trade again, but, you know, we do what we can. Yeah, I think that's probably what my cause for alarm was. I think we're actually producing quite a bit more than I suspect. It's just all going into the trading post. I don't know if they count that toward the total, though. They might not. Maybe that's the case. I'll have to look into that a bit more closely. Zandel has become an adult. We got another laborer. Probably need to get him building the chapel over here. I think we've already cleared out the majority of the logs. Yep. Gathering all the resources they can. Firewood supply is going down as well. So that's gotta be my next big focus. Getting a lot more logs, getting a lot more firewood. And just basically ensuring that we don't have that as a concern for the future. Where'd all those herbs go, I wonder? I think I got like 350 herbs, but for some reason we don't have nearly that many in the total supply. That's odd. Oh well. Still generating coal, got a lot of steel tools, don't really have to worry about that at all, ever. Until the blacksmith dies, we'll just replace him, of course. Everyone's just a replaceable peon in the grand scheme of things, man. All of us! You know, we got nothing special. We're just gonna go old. Well, first we're born, then we go to school. Just an indefinite period of schoolhouse time. Then we get a job, and then we just do that until we die. Thus is the life of a banished. Let's see. This one, for example. Leandris. Leandris is working. He's 21 years old. He's got the high of his life in his brain. He's thinking to himself, man, I am Leandris, and I'm gonna make something for myself. I'm not just gonna be a stonecutter like all the rest of my ancestors. By age 65, I'll have invented the wheel. And now we won't have to stay around in this horrible, horrible wasteland anymore. We're gonna move out of this place. We're gonna do something great. Then Leandris is 65 years old, and he's like, well, I guess I'm just gonna be doing this until I die. Oh, such is the life. It's a horrible existence, man. Makes me sad. It's alright, though. Reserve of stone is low. That's no good. Somebody was hungry as well. This is starting to worry me. Really hope the distribution is going as I'd hoped it would as far as the total... oh my god, what are they doing here? What is going on? Why are you storing bread by the tombstones? It's ridiculous! We even make bread? What is that? There's like a bag of moldy sardines or something, man. What the hell is going on with this storage of food? I suppose it is winter, so if they want to have like a natural icebox sensation going on, they could do that. But at the same time, like, come on. You got like a marketplace here. Do you need a storage barn or something? I don't think you guys need that. You can do without it. Come on. Figure your shit out, little banished citizens. This is absurd. Alright, Ezekiel has replaced Anderson as the farmer. We don't have another laborer to go around. I'm happy with the food right now. I think especially because we're trading away quite a bit of the extra venison in place of, you know, much higher quantities of food. I don't think we really have to worry about that for a while. Building the chapel may not be the best option, but I'm happy with the availability of choices. Now, building more homes. Am I capable of doing that? If I were to build them anywhere, it'd of course be in this new area. I've got a couple of slots right here as well that I was thinking about. I should lay these plots down for now, because I can definitely afford to just plan for this. Looks good to me. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and just let those be built. We'll prioritize the chapel for now. I think we'll have a few more laborers. I'm going to go ahead and speed up time just so we can get that going. Just lost a fisherman, but I think that'll be okay. I may just rely on merchants coming by and trading excess venison for food. Because that's been pretty consistent, and I haven't really run into the dangerous territory of like less than 1,000 food or something for a very long time. So I could get away with that if I just don't worry about it. If I just continue building out and thinking to myself, well, whenever a merchant comes through, I've got thousands of venison to give away, and that may just be enough to get us by. I'm okay with that. Let's finish the chapel up. We'll have the cleric position filled, and we'll see how effective that truly is for the members of the congregation in this neighborhood. And, yeah, I think that'll make me happy. So we won't worry about food for a short while. We'll build a couple more stone homes to encourage further growth within the territory of the marketplace. We got the chapel filled with the cleric in a little while here, and then we can focus on both the expansion of growth and the overall production of firewood and logs, as I've been trying to do for some time now. Still rearing children, still got plenty of room in the schoolhouses, don't have to worry about that for now. We've got room for expansion over in this area, which is basically just going to be all homes for a little short while there. I've received a builder award. Okay, looks like that was pretty much just for building every available building, so that's cool. I'm going to take one of these guys out, we'll have a cleric, and we'll probably have a sizable congregation in a little manner of moments here. Matter of moments, rather. Manner of moments. That sounds like an arrogant name for a rich person's abode. Do I want to build another pasture down here? I very well might. You know what I should do, actually? I should wait until all these cattle ranches are filled, and then we'll probably look into building another one. We've got full stock over in this direction. Could empty that one. I don't know where they would empty into. Probably in this one right here. But no concern of mine for the time being. Another merchant comes by. They're going so fast. Oh my god. It's probably because I'm in 10x right now. I totally forgot that was the case. Okay, here we go. I thought it was like an upgrade for later stages. That would be kind of hilarious. More chickens, really? Alright, no thank you. That is not what I am looking for. Good god. How do I get up to 5 health? That's what I'm really curious about. My god, every single person in the entire town is a member of the chapel church. My goodness. Okay. Apparently we had a lot of very religious people not being given the right to exercise that freedom for about 38 years. I suppose I'm glad I addressed that concern for a lot of folks. That was surprising. It's good, though. Good to have God-fearing folk back in the 1600s. Let's have a look at here. Oh, yeah. There we go. Okay, I saw a freaking crucible and a fire here. Not a crucible, whatever that... What is the name of that symbol? Skull and crossbones is like the go-to. I don't know if they have like an actual term in pirate jargon for it. It'd be an interesting thing to learn. Nah, for now though, we gotta keep building these extra homes here. Pretty much don't fear death at the moment. I am looking at still a negative food production, but we're gonna get up there if I really need to. And of course, like, as I said before, the merchant trade is doing us quite well recently, and I don't think that'll stop anytime soon. So we're looking good here. We've got a good thing going. Got the Forester's Lodge over here. May build a hunter's cabin or another gatherer's hut at some point in this area. That may actually be my next big construction project here. Let's go ahead and lay down the groundwork for that. if I can build myself some type of thing to utilize this space. Gatherer's Hut could very well do it, so let's build that right there. And that'll be a very good thing. Okay. Food production is still going up indeed. Let's just build this other area out quite a bit. Stone house under construction, going to be done very, very shortly. We'll probably fill that up quite quickly as well. These houses are meeting their vacancy limits. I think it's high time I considered pushing us over the edge of 100 total laborers. It's crazy to think that we're already doing that. I mean, I was considering back in the day, like maybe 18 years ago in real game time, if I were to get to this point, I would assume that I'm pretty much filling up the roles available in the quarry and the mine, but you really underestimate how much food you really need to generate, as well as the wood supply, how many fishermen there are, like all these other things that you need to do. Having a lot more vendors, I don't know if would really be that helpful, but still something up for some consideration as well. Right, Palmerston and Betha occupying a home alone together should produce some children. Some children right quickly. Gatherer's Hut is a good thing over here as well. Probably build a hunting cabin at some point, and we got the chapel, of course, facilitating every last bit of membership available. Very good. Looks like they enter the church by birth. Very interesting stuff there. Alright, Corden has become a laborer. I'm going to go ahead and throw you into the role of stonecutter. There you go. Looks good to me. Only need one cleric, of course. Every role has been filled. We've got one person in every single position available in the game. Every profession is occupied. That is neat. I like that. We're one away from 100 laborers. 100 adults. We're almost there. The big milestone. We're gonna hit it. There it is. Yes. 100 laborers. Oh, it's fantastic. We've got 3 free folks to do with as we please. Still 5 builders going around. We got this stone house being constructed. We're out of stone, actually, so we probably should send a few people off down this way to collect some. We've got quite a few, or quite a bit of stone, rather, that we could be gathering down from here. But nonetheless, with that milestone achieved, I think it's about time we wrapped up this episode of Banished. Thanks again, guys, for watching. I really appreciate it. Leave a like if you're enjoying the series. It helps out the channel quite a bit to grow. Thanks so much for coming out and tuning in and sticking around for the glorious growth of Baer. I'll see you next time.